A year ago, they traded for Matt Ryan, third round pick on my birthday, actually. Trade him and take on that entire contract. They go in and they think, oh, we're quarterback away. They trade away Carson Wentz, trade him to Washington, acquire some assets back that they gave away to Philly. And yeah, Nick Foles, Sam Ellinger. Yeah. And let's not forget the injuries and the worst blown lead in NFL history.
So before we start, I have one question. Is it set that they're starting Richardson?
No, I don't think so.
That's why I didn't think they were committed yet to starting him week one game.
No, I don't think that's like set in stone yet. I think it's Gardner Minshew's team to lose, but I think Richardson's getting more first team reps as camp goes along.
So I don't think it's a bad idea to start the season with Minshew.
Minshew's. I mean, hey, bring him back into the division where he was, doing everything in 2019. Nick Foles went out, and then Gardner Minshew steps in. He does his stuff.
I think
the 2019 Jaguars team was fun.
Richardson will be good. I'm not sold that he'll be good right out of the gate.
That is a big developmental project.
Yeah,
and he's kind of in the middle of let's bring up the offense.
Like I know the skill is high, but like how many times have we seen a guy who didn't start much in college come in and just flop, regardless of all the gifts?
I'm gonna look up. Let's see, fewest pass attempts in NCAA for first round quarterbacks.
It's Trey Lance, Sam Darnold,
Trey Lance for sure.
Mark Sanchez,
yeah.
Cam Newton, yeah, Cam Newton's on there.
Wow, well, he was running the ball a lot.
Well, attempts or games started. That's what I was going off of.
I was doing pass attempts.
Games. That's always been the benchmark of games. I forget the number, but there is a number where it's like if you're below this many games started before the pros, it's not a good indicator for future success.
Yeah, I can't find what I was looking at, but let's go back into the roster here. The question mark is obviously a quarterback, but that's the lesser of the two question marks. The other big question mark is what's going to happen with Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah.
Kareem Hunt, within the last hour, actually had left Indianapolis after almost stepping foot onto the Saints practice field. Irsay offering more money. He goes there. He leaves now. And with Zach Moss. Oh, no, that was Naheem Hines. But no, Zach Moss, broken arm. Jonathan Taylor still dealing with the ankle. That leaves Evan Hull, Colton's man of the hour, Jake Funk, the Funkadelic, probably week one starter for the Indianapolis Colts. But then looking at the rest of the team, Isaiah McKenzie, Alex Pierce, Michael Pittman Jr., Josh Downs, they took out of UNC. The offensive line, it's not as good as it once was a couple years, especially during the Phillip Rivers time. That was probably one of the better ones that they put together.
Some of those guys are still there. You got Braden Smith, Frank Kelly.
It was so shocking how bad Quentin Nelson was last year.
Huge drop off for no reason.
I think he was injured too for a decent amount. He was definitely injured for a good portion of that season. I mean, that was the entire Colts too. There was just so many injuries. And then also at tight end to Jelani Woods, who broke onto the scene last year. Mo Alley Cox, who's been there for, ever. I'm not necessarily excited to see Colts football. I'm really not.
Certainly.
I was excited to see Richardson and Jonathan Taylor together. I think, especially with Shane Steichen, what his offense looks like that pairing could have been really special.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
But now that Taylor is PUP plus wanting out.
Plus, he could just not play at all this year.
Now I'm just like, okay, well, don't start Richardson because that might go south really fast.
They also added Kenyon Drake this past week. That's
they
on there.
Have 9 tight ends.
Yeah, I don't know what that's about.
Makes up for all the receivers they don't have.
Yeah, I mean,
you're telling me Brashad Perryman's not a good receiver.
Yeah, but
you're not telling me Amari Rodgers, the second best A Rodgers in the AFC, right there.
Not a big fan of Michael Pittman. Not a big
Not
Michael
really.
Pittman guy. Really, you don't like Michael Pittman? Really?
I think he's a lot. I think he's a slot monster or a slant monster like Thomas.
No, not
Don't
Slant
say
Boy,
that.
not
Don't say
Slant
that.
Boy the
They're
second.
gonna come
We're
after
gonna
us
have
in the
that
comments.
Saints fan
We're gonna
on
get
our
angry
tail
again.
again. We're gonna
I
have
mean-
that Saints fan on our tail again.
We're gonna get canceled.
I liked Isaiah McKenzie last year. I really did. In his role for the Bills, I liked him. I mean, he's a decent addition to this team. But yeah, no, this is not. I like Stroud's situation a lot more than I like Anthony
way better.
Richardson's situation. You know,
No one wants to play for the Colts. No,
I don't know what happened, man. It just went. They just.
I mean, you had Peyton Manning. Everyone wanted to play with Peyton
It's the new
Manning.
worst owner in football, Jim Irsay. New worst owner.
I've heard stories about Chris Ballard from players' interviews.
Yeah, I've also heard.
It just seems like this team's just about speed.
Well, I mean, maybe, but
Alec Pierce speed, Isaiah McKenzie speed,
Yeah.
Ashton Dolan speed. Haven't really seen enough of Josh Downs to. I haven't watched a lot of NCAA football to look at that. Perryman, we know he's speed. Vincent Smith, speed. Amari Rogers, he's not been on the field that much to really give you it, but there's just too much speed that goes around for this.
I just don't like any of the situation at all. Stroud has, which is wild to me because I mean, our dude that has complimented us previously that we've shouted out that Will called headless is not headless, it's heedless, but nonetheless, I would just disagree.
I like Stroud's more than I like.
Yeah, I like Stroud's more than I like anything here. That's the issue.
Yeah, I agree. I like Stroud's more.
Michael Pittman's just good for the fantasy aspect.
Yeah,
but then when you're looking at what he's like doing, like I'm not too sold.
He's Slant Boy 2.0.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, I mean, he put this in Pittman, but like, I don't know. I just don't. There's less of a built situation here.
See, he agrees. He agrees.
If you're playing defense against this team, you're covering Pittman, and then like you can cover everyone else efficiently, and it's just like not.
And it's not like you got to care about the run game.
Yet we have no clue. There's
I
too
mean,
much.
We don't even know what's going to happen
As
with
it stands
them.
currently.
Here. I want let's go to the defense here. I want to just kind of like
I agree.
push this team under the carpet. Okay, but on defense,
we're not talking about the Cardinals. Well, geez, come on.
we spent like 18 minutes on the Cardinals. Okay, I still will never get that time back. But Shaq Leonard, he came out in an interview, said he wasn't sure if he was going to play again after his injuries last year with his back and all that. Outside of like Kwity Paye, DeForest Buckner, Rodney Thomas, I'm not a big fan of this defense.
I don't really like this team all around.
Like I hate Kwity Paye.
I think the Colts have competition for the worst team in the AFC with the Raiders. I really think they do.
This team could go last.
Oh, this team could probably be last by a mile. I'm not even going to say like I'd say they could be last by like 4 or 5 games. Like there's a decent chance that they could just be like the basement of the AFC South, and let alone the AFC.
I always talk about like last in league if the Cardinals didn't exist.
That's a competition.
I mean, if the Cardinals didn't take 75 seconds to get a playoff. I mean, there's a pretty stiff competition there. Which Eagles coordinator is going to be worse this year? Don't answer that, Jake.
I was just about to say
Oh my god!
And we all know the answer to that question.
Wow! Imagine going from the Super Bowl to
First, second overall pick.
Parallel basements. Like this is not fun. This is not.
I like Steichen way more than Gannon, though.
Yeah, I agree with that. But
just give him a running back.
Steichen on paper. I mean, man, both papers suck, but Steichen should have a better situation than what Gannon has in Arizona.
Stuff is just not going well, though. Like I said, there's too many question marks on offense, and I'm not confident in this defense's ability. Looking at this on paper, this is tough, man. It is tough. I don't know what's going to happen when we get to the schedule part.
I mean, without looking at the schedule, if they had Jonathan Taylor healthy and in the lineup, I could probably say it's a 9-win team with Steichen.
Maybe, yeah. I mean,
Yeah, just run the ball down their throats every play.
Keep the defense off the field and win plenty of games. That's how they snuck into the playoff. We snuck into the playoffs. Jalen's like technical rookie year, but second year.
Mm-hmm.
And you have something to fall back on. Right now, they have nothing.
Boys, it gets worse. Like, this division gets worse. Don't worry. We still have a team that's worse than this, I think. That's
maybe
coming up.
Maybe.
I don't say maybe. I think they're a dumpster fire.
Did the Buccaneers get realigned in here?
I hate you. But, like, yo, I hate you for that. I'm shocked you didn't say the Cardinals.
Oh no, no, Colton. We actually put in 30 more minutes for the Falcons because there was a lot more to talk about this week.
I know Dom had plenty to talk about the Falcons. I know he had plenty to say, but no, seriously, what I don't understand here with the Colts is you have a rookie quarterback. He's probably going to play after week 4, is what I'm assuming. They're going to let him sit behind Minshew. Then they're going to throw him in. You got nothing there outside of Pittman, and from the group, you guys don't like Pittman. So he really has nothing. So if you want him to be successful, you got to have a run game so he's not sitting back there having to sling the ball 40 times because that's not going to do him any good. So I don't know what we're doing here. Jonathan Taylor is one of the better backs, and he's been healthy. He really hasn't been hurt.
Wow.
Unlike Saquon Barkley, Christian McCaffrey. He doesn't have the injury resume like those guys. So pay him. Pay him. You got a rookie quarterback. Toss up the dough. Pay him. If not, trade him. And then sign Kareem Hunt. I know Kareem Hunt's also been talked about there in Colts land. Like, figure it out. You got a rookie quarterback. This is not the time to be dilly-dallying over dollars when you got a rookie quarterback.
I agree. 100% agree. And yeah, Kareem Hunt on this roster, I'd be a lot more confident in this roster with Kareem Hunt. 100%. He's still got a lot in the tank, and I think he's a good running back. And I think he could,
like if Dalvin was on here, but this isn't a team that wants to win right now. I really think a lot of these running backs are just going to go to a team that is competing for the Super Bowl, not, oh, hey, rebuilding, all this stuff, la, la, la. I mean, I also forgot to mention too, like this team also hired Jeff Saturday to be their head coach for 10 games. They hired an analyst to just be their head coach as well.
Well, he's a lot more than an analyst to this team, you know, and Irsay and
I would take Saturday over Gannon.
Let's look at the schedule, though.
The schedule. This is
going to be rough. I think.
I mean, the Germany game's big against the Patriots. I don't know if I want to wake up that early to watch 2 bottom teams try to fight it out in Germany.
Thanks.
I don't know. I think I could guarantee a win maybe against Houston, maybe against Tampa Bay, maybe upset against the Rams, depending on that. I don't know. I think the ceiling is 5. 5 wins is a ceiling.
Yeah. Hey, and by the way, Richardson and Bryce have a 4:00 game. Just saying.
You are so dude. Did you really are that curious about watching bad football, Dom? You want to watch bad football this bad?
I just think with the story, well, I'm not going to go back to it and say it again. That's the same thing I said before. But like you said, it could have been a Thursday night game. I don't care about that matchup in this one, though.
Yeah, I say 5 wins is the ceiling.
I have 3 games.
Yeah, I think 5 is ceiling. I think 5 is ceiling. I think
if Jonathan Taylor's on this team, I mean, I think it's a whole different story. But I mean, until we figure
there could be 7 games. I mean, I just still don't think.
This team stinks.
I think this team kind of stinks.
Oh, brother, this team.
Yes, exactly. Oh, brother, this guy stinks.
I don't really like it.
Well,
you didn't ask the question last team.
I mean, here, yeah. So, what will make the season successful for the Indianapolis Colts?
God, We can answer some of these questions.
Praying for Santa Claus to get something to make this team go right.
Yeah, what's a success? Pray for Santa Claus
They
to
need
give them Jonathan Taylor back.
They need a Christmas miracle. It's just they need to answer some of these questions, bro.
Yeah,
No,
Exactly.
that's exactly it. Exactly. 7 wins is a realistic number with Jonathan Taylor. I think it's unrealistic without him.
yeah. It's 7 games max because the receivers stink.